But this is basically a full animated movie, say guys. So it's around 1 hour and a half, okay, on this movie. So you guys can watch them also at the same time later on there, okay. To see, okay, the version of Malay version of this power Pokemon Mera, okay. Just like a Cinderella stories, okay, but it's a Malaysian or local kind of what we call that stories. All right, guys. Okay, I want you guys to take a look there, okay, and take some notes and put it into your kind of what we call that sketches there, okay? Which particular kind of parts, which particular kind of elements that can be used, okay, in order for you guys to execute for your kind of illustrations. But of course, okay, some of it, okay, you have to do more kind of hard works, okay, that based on the informations. Like it's Tangan the hardware, the cartoon wise, okay, that's basically the modern kind of versions. Okay, the modern versions, which is for me it's not suitable, but you guys can use the core of the story, okay, that based on the information on it, okay, but not the entire kind of visuals. So it's quite very challenging, okay, for these third assignments, okay. But if you guys really keen to work with your imaginations, this is basically the right time that you work on it, okay, the right times. Okay, let me share with you the other one. Okay, the last one is going to be the Muslim example. Okay, Musa Berjanggut is a comedic story. Okay, it's a comedic story that based from the ancients, kind of what we call the Kesultanan, kind of what we call that heritage there. So you have to watch the stories back again there, okay, in order for you to understand the whole kind of situation about the Musang Berjanggut itself, right? It's not basically a Musang or a fox. Basically, it's a man there, okay, who act like a fox there, okay, who act like a behaviors like a fox there, okay. So it's a comedic story, so you guys can actually watch them back again and to see, okay, how far is you guys can imagine onwards. But for me, by far, one of those what we call that easiest way to access, okay, the informations about the visual itself is this hang jebat hang tua, basically okay, hikayat hang tua, sitanggang, and also bawang putih bawang merah there, right? But there's a lot of way basically you guys can approach from here, but you have to take notes of it, okay, the main core kind of reason and the concept of the story behind it, okay. So I'm going to share basically these videos for you guys to do your own revision on your homeworks there, right? Musang Berjanggut were basically been appointed, okay, the story about how the corruption of the politicals kind of views, okay, since the earliest kind of what we call the centuries kind of, that a lot of what we call that minister at the times were basically being corrupted by their own kind of what we call that needs there, okay. They as they follow basically the last of them that were, okay, is basically that basically the story of the Musang Berjanggut. So if you guys watch back again, maybe you can get some ideas, okay, as a new generations, how you're going to interpret those kind of visuals back again. All right. So you have to done a few number kind of reading, research a little bit from there in order for you guys to. Okay, I want to share with you guys. Okay, okay, those are the videos that have been shared, okay, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's a lot of sample of visual that you guys can actually watch also, okay. But I think si Tanggang they were okay. I didn't actually show you guys, okay, the actual videos that we have right here. Okay, let me share a bit. A lot of different visions that guys okay, they've been working on. But the quality of this video is All right, guys. Okay, that's basically okay some of the local kind of stories that is in the Malaysian folklore, right? Okay, or folk tales. So it's quite challenging. I know they're quite challenging. Okay, for most of you guys are actually going to go work on that, but it's going to be interesting also. Okay, you guys can explore the visual element that based on these all of these five kind of titles there, right? Okay, titles there, right? So hopefully you guys okay will be enjoying doing some research from there. Okay, let me check a few number of samples from here. Okay, before okay, I will check look on the attendance at the same time there, right? Okay, so let me share your activities because some of the visuals from here, here about Tanggang. Okay, this is some of the informations that we can find out. Sebuah cerita dongeng masyarakat Melayu yang mengisahkan kehidupan seorang pemuda bertambah yang menikah ibunya dan ayahnya itu. Okay, those are the things that basically the concept of the stories there. They've been produced also a comics there, I think, that based on the stories, but they use different kind of machines. Okay. Some people basically thought that okay, this is also a part of it. So you guys can freely to use any kind of way okay to interpret basically the visuals there. Okay? It's quite very interesting because it's not I've been working before there. Okay? A lot of people have their own kind of interpretations, but it's not highly been developed. Right? This one also based on the comics. Okay, Taubat Si Tanggang. Okay, also one of the good example of visuals there, interpretations. Okay, so people actually have been designed also some of the cartoon version or comic version of it. This one, okay, based on the comic itself. But you guys can use all this kind of informations, okay, visually, okay, to guide you guys, okay, to develop into your own kind of works there in the future. So let me give you guys another examples. Link sharing. So you get more ideas there how actually you're going to work and develop into your works, guys. Okay, this one okay is what is quite very useful also for you guys to execute the but please make sure you guys when you actually working with it, okay, don't just simplify, okay, or copy all these kind of visuals all together. Okay, you have must be able to have your own ideas how you're going to interpret them back. Okay, that's okay. But sometimes when I saw this kind of visual itself, okay, it doesn't show basically the regretness okay, of the characters itself. Okay, for me, when we talk about Thailand itself, okay, they have to show basically also the regretness okay on the main characters. Okay, once basically he became the stone. So you guys can actually check back again. Okay, try to do more research from there and have a look back again how it works from here. This one, I think, came from si Badang there, the Badang characters. The Badang kind of characters. So a lot of visual kind of documentations, okay, from uh, multiple kind of sources that we can use, okay, guys, okay, to work on it. I'll give you guys some information over here, and hopefully you guys can use some of these informations, but don't relying too much on the information that I will give you guys only, right? Okay. And the other interesting kind of parts, right, okay, is Hang Tuah Kesatria. This one is one of the interpretation from Malaysian animated, right? Okay, this one. Okay, this one were made by one of those Gonzo animations there, right? Co-produced with Malaysia. This was this is the modern interpretations. So this is the modern kind of versions of how they portray Hang Tuah, okay, as the anime version. Right?
Wah, engkau menggunakan iba seolah rasanya. Tidak lagi. Katakan antu. Cepat dan putih. Gabungkan api dan air untuk hasilkan dinding grafik. Macam dia. Kesuri dan beza. Alih ke PT rasa sudah. Sekarang ini.
All right, guys. Okay, that's basically one of the modern interpretations. Okay, on the hang tuah itself. But I bet you guys have need to also watch a few number kind of classics kind of movies there, okay, to enhance a bit more further on your kind of understanding. Okay? Especially when it comes to work with these folktale kind of visual documentations there, right? But the modern kind of styles and eras that you guys can use, okay, as references can be guide you guys a bit towards, but still all this kind of will give more better kind of. So this is one of the popular kind of scenario there, okay, when onto a fight with Jabbar there. So if you guys really want to portray the Sangtua kind of characters, like, this is also one of the examples that you guys can. All right, guys. Okay, that's basically some of those informations. Okay. But I think I have another one basically okay, that actually I've shared with you guys before already. But the Mobile Legend, all right. Let me check. So this is also one of the new versions of interpretations. Okay. All right, guys. That's basically the modern interpretation on Badang. This is a short stories that based on it. right, guys. Okay, that's basically okay the whole things that I can share with you guys at the moment. Okay, when it comes to making your own research and your own developments. Okay, based on your own studies now. Okay, studies okay that you can actually do there. Okay, in order for you to come up with some sort of ideas, visualize your ideas later on. Okay, based on the information, visual information that guys that we can use. Okay, to interpret basically your kind of what we call that illustrations there later on. All right. So, any questions, any inquiries from there? You guys can take a look back again your attendance. I already take your attendance names there from there. I assume basically everyone were here. Uh, right. Any questions and inquiries?
No, sir.
So, all right. Hopefully, you guys can check there. Okay. Okay. The samples that have been shared in our Google Classrooms. All right. And also, of course, okay, if you want to discuss with Miss Ting later on, you guys can discuss based on these references, or you can actually can browse more further. Okay, don't just rely on this all these information only. Okay, how to interpret them, how to visualize them, how to develop your sketches from there. All right, this is only some sample of information, guys. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to copy the whole thing like that, because for me, you guys have more better kind of understanding how actually going to interpret your own ideas than later on. Okay, but that's basically one of the most challenging part, okay, when it comes to creating the new characters that based on your interpretations. All right. So if you don't have any questions, okay, thank you very much, okay, for having me today, and hopefully you guys were. I don't know whether you guys enjoying it or not, okay, but I'm not enjoying basically the time that I have right now because of those infections there, right? But I try hard enough basically to show off, okay, to show off at the time there, right? So, but take care of yourself. Have a good day. Okay, take care of your health at the same time. Try not to engage okay face to face with other people that are here. Actually, right, maybe this time basically I've been knocked out there okay, really hard okay for this infections. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day there, guys. Okay, have a good evening at the same time. So, okay, good luck with your assignments. I'll see you guys around okay on the next sessions. Okay, bye bye. Welcome there, guys. Welcome.